Listen, January exposed a lot of you, and I'm not talking failed resolution. January exposed a lot of you in sneakers, and I'm not talking about a scandal or a scam, no. However, the fact that it was a slower release month really gave better understanding to people fiending for sneakers, being aka a sneakerhead. You needed that fix, that rush, that high. You felt like Walter White left you on red, huh? Some of you were fiending so hard to buy a pair that you thought was worth it, right? Because that's the common question, is this sneaker worth it? Do you think it's normal that people become anxious because they haven't spent extra money that month? Do you think it's normal you may not have purchased a sneaker because the right influencer or enough of them didn't make enough noise about a certain pair? It's normal. People are fiending to purchase a brand new pair no matter how recently they may have just purchased one. It's not to say multiple releases we may want or go after, they fall in line, okay? All within a month. That's perfectly normal, but I still think all of those questions deserve reflection. I'm being facetious and satirical, but I still think there's something there for people to really unpack. So is it sensible? A lot of these very same people are still complaining about inflation, rising interest rates, the cost of everything going up. Apparently now eggs are a luxury item for you to buy, very similar to the Tiffany Air Force Ones. Yeah, they have money for that though. For the record, that sneaker does absolutely nothing for me, and I stand by this, whether it's Tiffany, Dior, LV, those pairs, these releases, they're not meant to target the traditional consumer that buys sneakers left and right all the time. That's not the target audience for these releases. January offered a little bit of relief, right? You had 2 pairs of Jordan 4s in the women's oil green and the Jordan 4 Craft that released. So you were able to scratch that itch, I guess, a little bit, though I bet come end of the year, most people don't even have those in their top 10, but at least they were worth it to buy, I guess. Some of you were fiending really hard to buy a pair you thought, hey, these are worth it, right? Because that's the common question, is this pair worth it? And yes, I wanted the oil green 4, however, I wasn't stressing about the fact that I had yet to spend any more money beyond the New Balance I bought at the start of January. Now, before I close out, the unsubstantiated story running around that Kanye and Adidas might get back together, should get back together, money aside for that partnership, it's really questionable why you would want that toxic relationship renewed. There are 2 things we know for certain. 1, he was unhappy. He expressed that he was unhappy. He was extremely discontent, and according to everybody, he wanted out of that deal, so he did what he did to get out of it, correct? It was evident also that Adidas was frustrated and discontent. So you had both parties, both sides who were very unhappy with each other. Listen, Kanye appears to be in a better place, and Adidas knew the financial loss prior to parting ways. If you're a true fan of his, I can't see you wanting him back in this contentious position. His mental health is not worth the bottom line upside for Adidas. Again, I just don't think it is. Personally, looking at the entire scope of the situation, I don't think that's worth putting him at that risk again, or just renewing that toxicity on both sides. Also, Adidas, you'll be fine. All I'm saying, if you felt exhausted because the month of January dragged on and on and on because you weren't able to spend an additional amount of money on a new pair of shoes, even though you likely have tons of shoes, so it's not as if you need any. And in this economy, I would say maybe, just maybe, unpack why you were anxious about that. That's all I got. If you were able to secure a pair that you really wanted in February, I'm happy for you. Please wear them, enjoy them. That's what sneakers are about. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.